Hello.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Hypno and Hype with your boy D.
And I'm Mehak. I'm a hypnotherapist. And this is our podcast on mental health and life experiences. We're here because we know that there are so many people out there struggling with mental health. And some people are even unaware that they are struggling with their mental health. It just becomes a norm in the way that we live right now, the world that we live in. And we wanted to create a space where we talk about these things so we can validate your experiences, your feelings, and show that it's okay as well if you are going through any of this, but to also recognize what you can do with it. And we'll just be throwing in all kinds of support for you.
So this episode, we kind of just want to focus on mental health because it isn't spoken about enough. And I feel like us as friends, we talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Just dealing with our own kind of mental health. We all suffer with it. That's the reality of it. And I don't know, I just feel like we want a place for ourselves and for people to be able to speak about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't go to talking therapists and things like this. So it's, even if you talk to a friend, it would be nice.
And as a hypnotherapist, I have seen the damage that can happen if you hold everything in, if you bottle it up. And we will be getting into that much later about the consequences of that. If you feel like you have to hold it all in, why are you doing that? And what could this possibly mean? What it could lead to, because it does become more serious. And ultimately, one of our goals is to prevent that. So to get you to a place where you're comfortable sharing, being vulnerable, and dropping the defense mechanisms around this.
Yeah, it's also for ourselves.
Yeah.
To share our stories, our experiences with you guys. And also for me personally, I don't know about you personally, but to get off my chest. Because as much as I tell you, it's hard because as a friend, they always give you advice that, not that you want to hear, but it's, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you want everyone to hear it, and you want to hear everyone's kind of outlook on it. Yeah. Rather than just one person.
And for sure. Rather than having just one perspective. One biased opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good to hear from other people to know that, actually, because the more we hear something, the more we start to believe that this is true, because there's more validation for it. And something else I think we need to talk about is a stigma around 100%. Mental health.
I have suffered a lot, and I feel that, you know, we kind of don't want people to know our business and things like this, and we kind of just keep it to ourselves, and I'll be all right, and I don't need help, and if I tell someone what they're going to do and things like that. So I just feel like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, what's the point? Who's going to help me? How are they going to help me?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest reasons why, feeling like they can't do anything. But a big part of the reason why we hold back as well is the persona that we put up in front of others, and the persona that we want to show others. So it's definitely what you said, feeling as though what can actually be done, because sometimes we feel helpless, but then when we do that, we feel more alone.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like as a younger person, I kind of not was told that mental health is not a thing, but it's kind of things are I feel like as a child, because you're a child, things just get brushed off.
Yeah.
And they don't think about, when I say they, I don't know who I'm referring to, but it could be parents, it could be friends, it could be school teachers, it could be whoever, but it's kind of like, oh, they'll be fine, they're just a child.
Yeah.
Now I'm an adult, that stuff I was going through as a child is now playing a big part of my adult life, and made me into a person. I'm not a bad person, but I've got traits because of things that have happened in my childhood and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Which could have been different if maybe they were spoken to me as a child, and I was explained, like they explained to me what the issue was or how I could deal with it. Do you know what I mean? But it's, I don't know, I think it's just brushed under the carpet.
You're right, it is definitely. And this is something that was brought up in my therapy training. What we're told from a young age, we start to act upon that. So things like big boys don't cry, or good girls stay quiet, or grow up, or you'll be fine. Like you said, those sort of things, those comments stay with us. So whenever we go through something, we think, oh, actually, no, we can't. And everything, especially from the ages of 0 to 7, that's when we are like a sponge. We absorb everything. This shapes our reality. This shapes who we are. So the things that we're told obviously do have such a strong impact on how we then function, how we then respond to things. It really does influence our thoughts, beliefs, actions, and the beliefs that we have about ourselves, the beliefs of what we feel like we need to do.
Yeah. It's just one thing that you've just said about, you know, the whole thing about big boys don't cry or men shouldn't cry and all of these things. Big problem.
Yeah.
That's a big problem, because I've noticed, and I've dealt with this personally myself, is that little things like grief.
Yeah.
You know, that's a massive thing. Grief is a massive thing. You could grieve within a month. You could be grieving for the rest of your life. But to be told that as a man you shouldn't cry, that's wild to me.
It is.
And there's a lot of people that won't cry. And I personally think that crying helps you grow. It makes you a different, it gives you a different outlook. It cleanses your soul. That's personally what I think, you know, 100%. Because I'll be honest, like I've gone through grief and there's times like I haven't cried. I need to cry. I really want to cry and I can't. And then once I break, that's it. It's like, you needed that. Why didn't you do it a long time ago? Do you know what I mean? So we need to stop with these little, you know, men shouldn't cry, girls stay quiet, Everyone's suffering. There should be no men and women. We're all, if you need to cry, you need to cry. If you're suffering, you're suffering. Do you know what I mean? It's yeah.
Definitely. And something I say to my clients all the time is if when they're having a release, if they're crying, I say you're cleansing beautifully, because it is a beautiful cleanse. You're literally physically releasing the tears. Whatever your body was storing, whatever your body's holding on to, it's a way to release. And that's why people feel so much better when they cry. And even with my friends, like even with you, I say cry. When I see them crying, I'm like, this is great. Let it out. It's a good thing.
Yeah. And the thing is, I feel like with the whole crying thing, like it's a charger and you can feel it going up 20%, 40%. And then it's like, okay, battery's low, but it's not going up any higher or lower. And then it's like, okay, it's 100% now. Done it. Now you're back to zero. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like it's something that needs to be done. And I feel like even you as one of my best friends, you know what I mean? You know me now. Like we've been friends for years and you know, like when I'm suffering, and as you've just said, like cry D. Like, because you can probably see it building up in me. Like you need it. Like I can see you need to cry. Like, do you know what I mean? It's crazy, but it's so true. It's so true.
When you know someone well enough, you do pick up on those small signs, but especially because I have done my training, I can pick up on the small cues, reading in between the lines, feeling the energy. I'm not just like a typical therapist. I do a lot of energy work as well. So I do pick up on these things. And I could tell, even if you're not saying anything, because that's the other topic I wanted to bring up here, holding it all in, as I mentioned earlier, even if you're not saying anything because you feel like you can't, I do pick up on it. And I think the importance of this message here is, why are we doing that? Why are you holding it in? Share it. And the damage that this can cause. So earlier I did mention how it does cause damage. You're not solving the problem by holding it all in. And I have seen literally how it causes into physical illnesses. Like I've seen how it's not just mental and emotional anymore.
It's stress, it's anxiety, it's chronic illness. Do you know what I mean? It's can turn into drugs. Like, do you know what I mean? People turn into different things to cope, and so it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And just as you just said, what did you just say? You just said, why do we hold it? Why do we hold it in? And that goes back to what I just said as a child. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Brush it under the carpet. We'll talk about it tomorrow. 30 years down the line, we still ain't spoke about it. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not speaking about it, and that's why I'm the way I am now. So it's hard, but as I say, as an adult now, I can speak to you about these things. And I can be like, this is why I'm the way I am, because I've been able to sit down and look at why I am the way I am now, and be able to explain to you why I'm like that, and why I don't tell people my problems and X, Y, and Z. So it's that, just following on from what you said.
It does go back to that. But then on that point, I want to mention that I believe truly everyone has the capability to change, to grow, to adapt, and to break free from the things that are holding them back, to break free from whatever is causing them to be sat with all that tension, that stress, that negativity, the emotions that we're all experiencing. And back to the point I made earlier about how it becomes more serious and can cause so much physical damage. 90% of illnesses are stress related. Can you believe that? Like 90%. And it doesn't shock me, actually, because when you look around and see the people who are unwell and physically dealing with chronic health conditions, they're stressed.
Yeah, it's true. I feel that, you know, with the whole illness stuff, again, people don't know that they're ill because of that.
Yeah.
They might just fall ill and feel like, oh, I'm ill now.
Yeah.
Not going back to what caused the initial problem.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't relate illness to stress. It's until they wait for a diagnosis, which a lot of people don't get diagnoses because a lot of people just diagnose themselves now with problems. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard.
That is so spot on. And on that, I actually want to share a little bit about my story. So I developed severe, debilitating eczema maybe about 6-7 years ago, and Dee was here through that, and he saw how bad it got. Initially, I was looking into all the practical reasons and things that I could do. What cream can I use? What's my diet looking like? How can I change this? I suffered, and all it was stress related. Since I worked on my stress, my emotions, my nervous system, Dee knows I've been able to do whatever the hell I want without my skin getting in the way.
Yeah, it's true. And I remember the times, you know, how, and that's what I'm saying. Again, you've done the work to look back to know, okay, this is what it was.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'll just look at you and be like, oh my gosh, she's suffering. What's wrong with her? Like, she's just got a skin condition. Not knowing the actual reason is, shit, she's going through a lot. Like, do you know what I mean? And we don't look at things like that because you probably at the time didn't even know that.
I didn't. I never thought about it until maybe 4 years down the line, and I suffered for those 4 years. I really did. I had to cancel so many things and put my life on hold. And it wasn't just stress. I want to add something here. It was trauma. A lot of things that I didn't even realize were trauma. We think trauma has to be this massive, major traumatic event that disrupts everything, like death or, you know, the things that we typically hear that people say, oh, that's traumatic. But trauma can be anything that impacts you to who you are as an adult as well.
It's true. But leading on to that, I just feel like this self-growth, working on yourself, working out them things, you know, looking back at, you know, how you could now, how you have worked on yourself to get yourself out of that place, because you're not in that place no more. You know, you might still have the trauma, but you've found a way to work on yourself to make sure that your skin is not flaring up and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's self-growth is a big thing.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm glad that you brought that up, because this is how we deal with our trauma, with our stress, with our emotions, with our mental health. And I think it's so important to say that it's not like there's no end to that journey. We continue to work on ourselves every single day. We continue to look after ourselves in the best way that we can. And that means everything: self-care, resting, setting boundaries, looking after yourself, the physical things as well, like exercising, gym, all of them things. And for me, the one thing that I say, and you know I'm quite big on this, is the whole vision boards. Oh yes.
Putting things in place, like making sure they get done. Because as much as we can say these things, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Physical, going to the gym, you're doing something. You're actually doing it. I can say I want to go to the gym, but if I'm not doing it, then it's invalid. Do you know what I mean? But having something physical for you to follow onto and do it is the most important. And I thought that is one of the biggest help for self-growth.
For sure. And it's also good mentally as well, because you're shifting and releasing whatever is stored in your body, and you always feel so good after a workout. But there's so many other elements to self-growth as well. As Dee said, a vision board is great because it motivates you and it shows you what you are capable of. If you start with realistic goals, and Dee will tell you all about this because he talks about it a lot, and it reminds me as well, set realistic goals, but have a vision board of what you want, and that automatically creates hope within you that you can move forward into the life that you want, and you don't have to be stuck in the position that you're in now, and there's so much more out there in the world for you to experience. And it doesn't always have to be big goals, it could be just little things. And that's
what I say to you, like, you know, like, it's now November, by the time you hit January,
Yeah.
give yourself a small goal.
Yeah.
The thing I love about vision boards is that normally a vision board is either, I say 6 to 12 months.
Mm.
In that 6 to 12 months, you're making a big change again.
Yeah.
So it's always, that's what I think is good about them, because your goals and visions always change.
Yes.
If you say, I want to do this, my 5-year goal is, you got 5 years to mess about. Realistically, do you know what I mean? Like 5 years is a long time. It goes quick, but it's a long time. If you give yourself 6 to 12 months to make a small goal, to get to that big goal, it's going to work.
Definitely.
And that's why I'm so on vision boards. Like, I started doing it a couple years ago, and it's become part of my, like, every year, New Year comes, vision boards getting done. Like, that's what you have to do. And look how much, you know me personally, I've changed my life so much. Like, so many things have changed, and that's only because I had a vision board. I had a vision of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to achieve, and all of these things. And look how much I've achieved.
Exactly. You have achieved a lot.
Exactly.
And this is what uplifts you. This is what brings you that motivation, that inspiration, and shows you, there's so much that you can do. And whatever you're going through, if you are going through anything, knowing that things are always changing. We are always growing. We are always improving. But especially, it just accelerates so much more when you are actively working towards it. And I think this is a big part of mental health, having goals that you're working towards, because without that, we're lacking purpose, we're lacking drive.
Yeah, you're just here, innit? You're just existing.
Exactly.
Like, but you have to want more in life. You have to. And I feel like mental health plays a big part when you just stay stuck.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you don't want to elevate and become better, you're going to stay in that dark place. And I just feel like, going back to vision boards, use them. Help yourself grow. Change your vision. Change what you want to achieve. All of these. Just please don't give up on yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's the hardest thing in life. Giving up on yourself and not being able to do what you want to do, who you want to be, like, it's difficult. And I just feel like, just don't give up. Like, don't give up on yourself, man.
I love that you said that, because my mission as a hypnotherapist is to show people what is possible for them, for ultimately for them to live their best lives possible, for them to feel like the best version of themselves. And this is the work that I do with my clients. By the end of, our journey together, I see how they're living with more confidence. They believe in themselves. They're feeling so much better. And the mental health side of it has just increased so much. I have gone from helping people who were literally on the verge of suicide to then seeing what's possible for them and realizing they're not stuck. No one is stuck. Like I said earlier, we all have the capability and capacity to heal, to grow, to change. And we are always changing and growing physically as well. Our skin cells change automatically.
Yeah.
There's so many different elements to this as well. I think, like, we don't really see the bigger vision. Yeah,
I think the problem is with not what you're saying, but in, the whole people not saying stuff, and it's because the vulnerability.
Yeah.
Vulnerability is a big thing. I'm big on that. You know what I mean? It's only recently, the last couple of years, I'll say, that I've come out of that space. And you've been a big part of my life. And that's because you've been there to support me through certain things that have gone on in my life, and not made me talk, but as a friend, I'm like, I want to tell you, like, this is what's going on. Like, you've helped me, you spoke to me through it. And there's so many people, and I'm still, don't get twisted, there's still things I'm like, they don't need to know my business. This is what I'm going through. I'm going to deal with it, X, Y, and Z. But speak about what's going on.
100%.
Speak about it.
Yeah, vulnerability is huge, and it ties into defense mechanisms, because hiding things, or even using humor sometimes to hide what you're going through, or just saying,
me, I'm a comedian. I'm a comedian. That's what I do. I laugh and joke. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes, like how I'm feeling, what's going on. I might be your hype man. I might be, you know what I mean? I might be making you happy and you laugh. When I go home, I'm in my room. Like, what's going on with D? Like, no one knows. But as I say, again, we've come to this thing where we talk and you get off your chest. You need to. Yeah. You need to.
That's it, getting it off your chest, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and being aware of your defense mechanisms. That is huge, because we don't always recognize it. We don't always see it. We have to think about what we're really doing. And something that I train my clients with is recognizing their thoughts, their self-talk, their patterns, and see, as I said earlier, what's causing this and how can I now change this? Now that I'm aware of it, how can I change it? Because awareness is the first step, but then it's what you do about it.
Well, that's again, we spoke about this earlier. A lot of people don't want to change, and a lot of people are, I say they're a product of the environment, so they stay stuck in that space. That's what they've grown up around. Everyone else around them is like that. That's how they want to stay, so they will just continue to be like that. But as you say, don't stay stuck. Like, you have to change. You have to want to make the change. If you don't want to make the change, then you're going to stay in the same place.
You are a product of your environment, and I can understand that change is hard, change is scary, there's so much fear involved with it, but what's even scarier is staying the same. And there is that quote that said that, but the reason why we fear change is because we think about what this could mean for us. So for example, if I become successful, will that mean I have more responsibility? Will that mean that I'll have more pressure? Will I have to perform for others? Or if I move out, I'll be left with minimal support, or what if things go wrong? What if I can't manage it? What if it's too much for me? It's these things, but we need to look at what means more to us and what feels good for us, and do what feels good for you.
No,
trust yourself.
It's true. I feel like, going back to the whole product of your environment, like when I grew up, I was around a lot of the same people, and we all went through kind of the same things. And when I look back now, we all fucking suffered with mental health. Like we was all basically struck. Like, do you know what I mean? But weed was just like, oh yeah, well, they're the same. We're all the same. Doesn't really matter. But then, me personally, for myself, I've done work. Again, as we say, I've done work to know that what we was all going through was not normal. I have had to change myself, help myself grow, and as much as I was a product of my environment, I'm no longer a product of that, because I've done work. Where certain people might still be in that same, oh well, they're going through that, and oh, he's going through that, and she's going through that, and it's like, no, that's not how
it's not fine. It's not normal.
It's not fine. It's not normal. Like, it's definitely not normal.
Definitely not. And it just leads to bigger things, as I said earlier. But also, the longer you leave it without changing, the more difficult it is to change. And that's why I tell people, start as soon as you can. If you know something is there that's bothering you, that you want to change, start looking into that. And this isn't to blame anyone or say that it's your fault. It just means that you've been through some experiences that made you that way. But we all have that awareness now, where, well, I say we all, but we can develop that awareness now, and we're all capable of that. And it's, like I said earlier, what you do with it.
I reckon just don't hold it in. And that's what we're all kind of naturally, that's what we all naturally do, is just hold it all in and think, I'll be fine. You go to work, you get on with your job, you act like nothing's wrong, go home, do your house chores, do everything, and you're just holding everything in. Let it out, please. Like, it's something I'm learning to do. It's something Mehak's learning. Like, do you know what I mean? We're learning how to do it. Let it out. Stop holding it in.
Definitely. I used to be someone who used to hold it all in, and it literally made me suffer. Because it is expressed externally as well. It's not just internal that you're holding it all in. It will show itself somehow. It will show up. It won't let you get away with it.
As you said, your skin flared up. So this was it. You was holding it all in, and then boof, like you've got you've got eczema now. So it's like, okay, so if I just let it out, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But as we say, you didn't know at that time. So that's a bit different.
But this is why we start questioning and looking into things, start looking back at our patterns, start thinking about what happened just before we started to feel a certain way. But I think the most important part is, like, you gain a lot from sharing, and this is what you said. Let it out, share, talk to the people you know you can trust. And even if you feel like you can't, because I know for everyone it's difficult, we don't know your situation, you might find it hard to open up to the people that are close to you, but there's always support. There's so many different kinds of support out there now as well. Even our mission as this podcast is to help you. So we always invite people to reach out to us, especially if there's anything that triggered you throughout this. You thought, I need to look into this and I want to explore it a little bit deeper. That's what we're here for. I just want to quickly say as well, I know that this can be heavy. And I know that people will start to have like light bulb moments in their brain thinking, oh my God, yes, this is me. And if that is the case, I do offer free 30-minute calls. It's kind of like a consultation call, but it's also for you to just express anything and hear my insights on it. And then I'll offer any support or guidance that I can during that call. But even if you decide not to, look for a release in other ways. Share, like get it.
Go to a field, scream, slide in our DMs. You know,
Yeah.
go to the NHS, they provide talking therapy. There's so many things that you can do. Hypnotherapist here. You know, there's so many things that we can do, but instead we hold it in and we build it up and we walk around all as angry people, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Let's try and make this place a happier place. Do you know what I mean? And it's mental health is a big thing, man. And it's, as I've got older, as I said, I've noticed it a lot. Myself, everyone, people around me, it's crazy.
I think the importance of this is we can see how it's just getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
And on the NHS, it's amazing that we've got that service, but the wait times are insane.
Yeah.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
A lot can happen in between the time that you have your first call to actually seeing a therapist.
Well, not even your first call, just from going to your GP and getting your referral.
Yeah.
It's all 9 months. Like, do you know how much has happened in 9 months in my life? That's a whole baby being born. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
it's not even funny.
Do you know what I mean? But that's someone can go through a whole pregnancy for 9 months, and it's like, and I'm still waiting for my referral. But that's what I'm saying. There's other people. There's other solutions. Like, so.
Yeah, and also if you did want to invest in therapy but you can't afford it, there's low cost therapy. I'll link it somewhere in our podcast comments. I think there's BetterHelp, that's a big one, but there's so many others around London if you're based in London. And look up like what, because there's so many things out there, but it's not really, you're not aware of it.
Just come to
just come to us.
And Hype, just come to us, like literally. So yeah.
Well, I hope that this gave you some light bulb moments, but also was uplifting and supportive.
Yeah, we just want people to know that, you know, everyone is suffering somehow. We all act like we're happy. We've all got some kind of something going on, and we just want people to know that, just like us, just be open about it.
Yeah,
just speak about it. That's what we're here for. We're going to do many other episodes on different topics, mental health related, because mental health is so broad, you know. So it's just, we just wanted to give you an insight of what we're trying to work with and what we're trying to deal with, basically.
Yeah, and there were so many things that I even brought up in today's episode that I thought I could go so much more into depth with this.
100%.
And
100%.
yeah, we really want to give as much value as we can. So stay tuned for the next episode.